Craig. Today we're doing a segment on how to clean an ice maker. Now this can be a freestanding ice maker, could be your little ice maker that you have built into your fridge, or a commercial grade ice maker that you would have in a bar or hotel. All these steps are universal. So, what do you mean by, what do you need to clean an ice maker? Well, ice is water. Water has bacteria in it, regardless of where it comes from. It comes out of the sky, if it comes out of your tap, or if it comes out of one of those lovely machines that have filters and you can get bottled water from, wherever you get it, either, Mount Franklin, Coca-Cola, or whoever. It all has bacteria in it. And after a period of time, you get a sludge or a build-up of bacteria or growth, fungus, whatever, inside your ice machine. Now, it's not that bad for you until it doesn't get refrigerated any longer. Because as soon as it doesn't get refrigerated anymore, they multiply like a million trillion times and they grow like crazy, then they can kill you. But I've seen sludge come out of the bottom of fridges that haven't actually got to the stage where it's bad for you yet. But as soon as they stop being refrigerated, they're really toxic. But, okay, so how do I kill these things? Do I go down and get my domestic cleaner and bleach the crap out of them? No. Just got to think of an ice machine this way. If you put your cup into it, do you want to drink what's going to come out of it? And if you pour bleach into your ice machine, do you want to drink a cup of bleach? Of course, everybody's going to say no. No one wants to drink a cup of bleach. So, we have to do a few different things when we're cleaning ice machines because they need to be food safe. Now, if you see, I've got a few things in front of me here. These are things that I use to clean my ice machine. Now, I have here a bottle of pre-mixed sanitizer solution. Now, this is also the same stuff that I use on making sure that all of my equipment and stuff that I'm using when I'm brewing alcohol or beer or wine or whatever you're brewing doesn't have any bacteria on it. So this, great thing, but it's not the only thing that I use to clean my ice machine. I also use cleaning alcohol, but cleaning alcohol is not the only way to go. Yes, it's one of the first steps. It's alcohol. Yes, it's cleaning. This is the stuff that is poured off before I actually do the rest of my still. So you would have seen me pour off stuff if you've watched Distilling 101, how to make spirits. That's the stuff that I pull off. So it is my cleaning alcohol. Now I only use this to wipe down because it evaporates. It's not going to stay there. And then I can go on to the step 2 of cleaning. Now you're going, well, you still need to clean all that stuff off. And I've gone, yeah. So what I use is white vinegar. White vinegar is the best cleaning product you can use when it comes down to food grade. Because vinegar, what do? You put it on your salt and vinegar chips. You put it on your fish and chips. You can put different bits and pieces into water when you're making your eggs. So your eggs Benedict all stay nice and firm when you're making your eggs. So secondly, we use our vinegar to clean our machine. Then we rinse it out again. And then we use our sanitizing solution to then clean, and off it goes. So first, we need to take this over to the sink and empty our machine. So let's move over to the kitchen sink and empty out all of the water and stuff that's in here. Now, as you can see, on the back of this, we have a tap. The tap allows us to drain all of the water out of our machine. So you just remove the cap and let it drain. Now this has a inbuilt reservoir, so we fill this thing ourselves. Now the one in your fridge would have a tap that goes to the outside of your house that would then fill it manually as well. For commercial grade, they're usually the same thing. And also they also have a drain in them that drains outside. Your fridge probably doesn't have a drain. It usually goes into a little cup holder at the bottom and you have to empty that little thing yourself. But here we have to drain it out manually, so we'll do that now. As it gets to the end of it, just make sure we tilt it up so we get all of it out. Alright, so now it's empty. Quickly whack the cap back on because we don't want it to dribble all over the bench while we're actually working on it, because we need to keep some of the cleaning products inside the machine. So seal that back up, And I'm just going to reposition the camera over here. So I'll bring it over here so you guys can see. Just clip it in here. Now I'm just going to show you guys inside the machine is exactly what I'm talking about by build-up of gunk. So just inside here, roll that down a little bit. You can see all that mold build up in the back. And also as I pull out the ice catching tray, all that yucky stuff down in there. So that's all the stuff that we're going to be cleaning up and cleaning out, because we don't want that kind of stuff inside our machine. What I've got here is a cloth and some cleaning alcohol to start with. So what we're going to do is we're going to wipe down all the surfaces with a bit of cleaning alcohol. And try and get rid of most of our dirt first. So, wipe down all the surfaces. Pull out all the parts. Down here, walk it around. Make sure we get down into all corners. As much as you can, wipe down, wipe out. Now just remembering, wipe down everywhere the water would pour. So make sure you're covering all the spots where it would all come in and it'll cover up. Now, you're going, well, how can I get in right into the back areas where most of the dirt and stuff gathers? Well, that's why I have some brushes. The brushes help get into all the areas where you can't reach with your cloth. But we'll do that in a second after we've finished giving this a rinse out. I think that's pretty clean for the first wipe down. Make sure I get out all the water and stuff. Now, don't let it go through the drain hole. Try and scoop it out, all the dirt and dirty water you've got in there, because you don't want to clog your drain hole. Okay, so our second stage of cleaning our ice machine is running vinegar through it. So first, fill it up with some warmish hot water, and you just need 2 caps of vinegar. 1, 2 caps in there. Put that aside. Smells like salt and vinegar chips now. Now, plug your machine in, turn it on, and select it to start working. So what it's going to do is it's going to suck the vinegar all the way through and clean out all the pipes that are inside it. Because our drain pipe is also the pipe that uses to suck the water up through our ice machine into the top reservoir where it freezes. So now we've told it to work, we get our little brush. Now I've got a couple of different brushes here with little different attachments. Use whatever brush you use when you're cleaning your bottles or when you're distilling. So they're the best type because they get into all the little cracks. I'm going to use both of these. First I'm going to use this big one. I'm going to rinse it around, get all my side bits, up and around the sensors, up across the top before it freezes, in between. Up underneath, corners, sides, As you heard it go into its cycle, we don't want to let it do a freeze. Now we want to tell it to dump. So stop. So now it's going to stop. And it's going to go, hang on, well, I've got to empty it myself now. So it's going to empty itself out. While it's emptying that all out, give it a brush as well. So you're getting into all those lovely corners. So you're taking out all of that yucky stuff. The build-up, the scum, the whole works. Get into all of those little spots. Now, you're thinking, well, now the machine's being quickly washed down, what about all the other parts that go into it? Well, drop them into the reservoir. Give them a swirl around. Now, wait for the machine to get all the bits and pieces. It's going to start filling again. You want to at least let the pump it about 3 times before you empty itself, so that it cleans out all the pipes. So let's tell it to start again. There we go. And let that clean all the way around. Now this is only the preliminarily clean. We're going to do another 2 at least. This is just to get off all of the bigger stuff on our ice machine. Now, if you've got a dishwasher, whack them through the dishwasher. If you don't, no need to. So I pull out all my parts, make sure that they're all clean, not slimy. Put those aside in the sink because we need to finish washing these down later. Alright, as you can hear, it's filling itself up again. So let's get our other brush. See if we can get into all the other little parts that the other one didn't get into. And around. Get all that nastiness out. Pull that out. All right. As we did before, we don't want it to start freezing, so we'll stop the cycle and let it dump all that liquid out. Quick brush at the same time. There we go. All right. Now I said we're going to do it 3 times, but we're not going to do it 3 times with that water in there. This water is now completely contaminated. What we need to do is now we need to empty this out. So, let's turn the thing off and head back over to the sink. Bring it all the way over and undo that screw that we did up last time and let all of this liquid out. Oh, there you go. That's almost completely empty. Now I'm going to give you a quick show inside and see how much stuff we've actually taken out. So as you can see up in here, that's all no longer got all that horrible gunky stuff. And along down in here, as you can see, there's only a bit of sediment still left in from the last clean we did. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to scoop all that stuff out with a clean cloth and then give it a quick rinse before we go on to our 3rd and final rinse out. So here with a clean cloth, wipe out that last little bit of sediment from the clean. There we go. That's done. I'll show you inside again. We've just taken out all that sediment. There's no sediment left in the bottom here. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly whack the plug that we had out on for the last time. Fill it up quickly. There it goes. Make sure you don't cross the rig. Screw hole. Set you guys back down here. And add some water into it again. So we need to flush out the last little bit in there before we do the last rinse and clean. So there we go. Go. And let that drain once more. Make sure that drains all the way out. There we go. Put the cap back on. That's all. And we'll move back over to do the final stage of cleaning. Okay, so now we're back over here at the bench. I haven't used the sanitizing solution yet. So what we're going to do here is just going to spray down all this. And plug it in. In a second, we'll be turning it on, but with another clean cloth, we're going to wipe it down. Wipe down all the surfaces. If you notice, it's not much dirt on that at all. So now we need to fill it up with a little bit of water, run it again through all the pipes, and then rinse it out for the final time. So let's do that. In goes the water. On goes the machine. Let's tell it to start. So it pumps everything through to make sure it's cleaned out all the pipe works. There we go. Just tell it to stop and dump the water, and we'll stop it there. Quickly grab the camera and I'll show you the inside of this machine. Right. So as you can see, inside here, it has now removed all of that horrible stuff that was in there before. There's no sign of any of that horrible discoloration and the slime that was in here. That's all now been cleaned. All right, so final drain, and it'll be ready to set back up on the bench. So let's drain it for the last time. All right, so undo the little filter. There we go, and let it drain out. At this stage, it's now completely clean. All we have to do now is reassemble it and fill it up with cold water again to start making ice for us. Now, if you still smell a lot of vinegar inside your ice machine, give it another one rinse through. It will completely disappear as soon as it's been flushed a couple of times, but usually once or twice, as we've done here. This is the second time it all coming out and being rinsed out. Gets rid of any trace of vinegar being used. All right, so back on with the cap. That's now on, and we'll set this back up on my bench. So inside my ice machine, got to fit everything back in that I pulled out of it. Ice scoop, ice bucket, everything's in there, ready to go. So let's fill it. Now this time we're going to use cold water to fill the machine. Alright, last thing to do, turn the machine on, set the size of the cubes you want, and set it to go. So that's how you clean an ice machine. Either it be a standalone machine, like I have, a commercial grade machine, or one that's inside your fridge freezer. All the principles that we've used today are universal with cleaning those machines. Now, as I said, make sure you use something that you would not want to drink. Now, you don't want to drink a cup full of bleach, so don't use those cleaning products inside those machines. That's why what I've used here are the things you need to use. Now, the reason why I use cleaning alcohol in the beginning is because it evaporates, and also it doesn't freeze as easily. So when you are wiping down all of those freezing elements, it clears it off. Secondly, making sure you use vinegar as your cleaning-based product when you're cleaning the inside of your machine, because it won't poison you. Thirdly, making sure I use my sanitizing solution to spray down any other surfaces and wipe them out to make sure there wasn't any bacteria left for me to be poisoned with, or at least grow in the near future when I'm using my machine. Using these things together, make sure you've got a clean machine, and it will make you fresh ice. So, this has been how to clean an ice machine. This has been Brewing with Craig, how to clean an ice machine. Make sure if you've seen anything you like in these videos, give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget, if you've got any comments, questions, or things I can be doing better in these videos, leave it in the comments field below on YouTube. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button to get notified when I do these Brewing with Craig episodes, Cooking with Craig episodes, Urban Explorer, What's in the Box, car maintenance, my daily vlogs, you name it, I film it, it ends up on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button, and until next time, see you in the next video.